Good morning. My name is Lisa Lorraine Carson, and this is The Pitch, a story about billionaires that I do believe could be the key to stopping them. Not like killing, just stopping them from doing whatever they're doing. I have organized this story into 10 chapters. And I believe these chapters could very successfully be reorganized into a movie, or like more realistically, like a trilogy of movies, or a mini series, or maybe just a very weird podcast. And this is not a bit. I'm not like an actress or whatever. I'm a real person. That's me on LinkedIn. I'm not like pretending. I'm pitching this to you because I need your help. I need you to go to that website and tell me how this goes. I need you to tell me what you think, because I need to make this pitch better so that it gets good enough so that I can pitch it to 3 people specifically. The first one is Adam McKay. He's pretty famous. I mean, people know who he is. He made The Big Short, Don't Look Up, Vice, Adam. The second one is somebody named Jesse Armstrong. He was behind the TV show Veep. He was the guy that did Succession. And he also did the movie Mountainhead. And the third one is somebody named John Lovett, who was a speechwriter for Barack Obama, and then developed a show, and then developed podcasts, and then went on Survivor. Robbed, short-lived, voted out the first night. That sucked. I would have loved to see him go further. Anyway, these are the 3 guys that I want to pitch the most. And so, to make this time extra productive for you and for me, I am now going to pretend that you, dear viewer, are them. Ready, set, go. Hello, Adam, Jesse, John. Oh my God. Hello, good morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time. Let's dig right in. Let's start with chapter 1, which is a story about a girl who gets lucky. We open on a woman. She's not young, she's not old, she's not like a supermodel, but she's not a total uggo either. She's in a house that's nice, but not like fancy. She is a normal, single, millennial, childless cat owner. She would be extremely triggering to him. And we meet her rotting on her sofa, scrolling her phone, looking like shit, because she is extremely hungover. And that's because it's New Year's Day. She has no plans for this day until there's a knock at the door. There is a man at the door in a very nice suit, a very polished professional man, a man like that. I think he would be really good in this. Specifically, his character in that movie, he would be, she doesn't know him, but he knows her. And he's here to give her some very shocking news. She is inheriting some money from someone she doesn't know and never will, because they're dead, but also because they didn't want her to know. This anonymous benefactor wanted to remain completely anonymous to her. So that's pretty shocking. That's okay. But what's even more shocking is how much money she's inheriting, which who we'll just call him the executor, he's the executor of this anonymous benefactor's estate, sits her down and tells her that she is inheriting $1 billion. Technically more, it's like 100, what the fuck is it? $1,658,946,666.67. This is the exact amount of money that a person needs to inherit at the point at which our main character inherits it in order to pay all of their estate taxes, which is 40%. She's going to pay the top estate tax rate, and then be left with exactly $1 billion after she takes the basic exclusion amount, which is, you know, everybody's going to do that. I don't think enough people know about this, that you're allowed to inherit like $11,580,000. You get to inherit that like totally tax-free. I include this bit because I don't think enough people know that. When they're like, blah, estate taxes, I'm like, yeah, you can have 12 million on the house. And that's from the one person. If your parents died in like a tragic whatever, you could inherit the $12 million from both of them. So you could, in theory, inherit, call it $250 million on the house. I need more people to know that. Anyway, he explains all of this to her, and she is shocked because it's shocking. It's hard to believe that someone could get so lucky, but some people really do. Some people really do win the lottery in a variety of different ways. Some people randomly get a random fuck ton of money, and she is one of them. But anybody who gets lucky like that will tell you that sometimes you can get so lucky that it kind of like ruins your life. Because, as they say, more money, more problems. And our main character learns this lesson right away because her inheritance comes with strings attached. She is receiving a conditional inheritance, meaning there are certain terms and conditions that she has to follow in order to keep the money. Rules, which, yeah, okay, it's like sort of weird, but manageable because there are only 2 rules. The first rule is that she may have this $1 billion after taxes forever, for the rest of her life, to do whatever she wants with, if she never has more than $1 billion, like her net worth. If her net worth, some cash, assets, combination of both, if that ever rises above $1 billion, he's coming back and he's going to take it all back. That's rule number 1. Now, important thing for our audience to know is that before the executor arrived, our main character was making her living as a freelance podcaster. So in her head, she's like, okay, that's not going to be a problem. I will not make any money. Rule number 2 is that she can never tell anybody about rule number 1. Same deal. If she does, he's coming back, take her back, boom, bitch, you fucked up, it's over. In her head, though, she's like, okay, that one might be a little tougher because as a freelance podcaster, it's literally your job to just never shut the fuck up. But okay, whatever, fine. She's like, desperate times, many voice memos, deleted immediately after recording. She's like, I'll just diary harder, but I will not make more than $1 billion, and I will not tell anybody that I'm not allowed to make more than $1 billion. I'll do it. And he's like, great, let's paper it. So then they do the paperwork. There's lots and lots and lots of paperwork, lots of signing, lots of initialing, lots of shit she doesn't fucking understand. Tons of legalese, but it ends. And the transfer goes through. And when it does, the executor packs up all of his shit, puts it in his briefcase, goes to the door, and he leaves. And then she's left on the sofa she got for $600 off of Facebook Marketplace, going, what just happened? Did I just become a billionaire? I mean, can you imagine? Like, I think we need the audience to really feel this land. We need to take a beat, let this moment land so that our audience can ask themselves the question, which is, where would you go? What would you do? Who would you meet? What would you make if you could go and do and meet and make anything? What would you do with that kind of freedom? So much freedom that it's not really even freedom anymore. It's power. Our main character doesn't know. She's just in shock. All she knows is that this feels good. Feels better than good. It feels great. And then all of a sudden it feels terrible, knowing that somebody could take this away if she fucks it all up and breaks either of those 2 rules. So she looks at herself in the mirror and she's going, don't fuck this up. And honest to God, she didn't. She didn't make any money at all, and she didn't tell anybody anything. But the phone is already ringing because, oh no, somebody knows. Somebody knows. Somebody's calling. It's the bank. The bank is calling to be like, hello. And also to be like, girl, we need to start new accounts immediately. Your freelance podcaster bank account, like, no, just that's no. Those kinds of accounts, like normal people accounts or whatever, like those are not designed to hold $1 billion. So we need to immediately start new accounts for you. And the bank, I think, is a character that's like a composite character, kind of like what you did, Adam McKay, in The Big Short with Ryan Gosling's character. He's just like kind of represents all the finance people. We're gonna do a character like that here. And I don't really think we got to reinvent the wheel. I think we just cast, I mean, you know him, just call him. The bank is calling about the accounts. And then also to be like, heads up, when the Fedwire came through, it did tip off our like compliance reporting system, which did then generate a SAR to FinCEN, which is something that we have to do as your bank under the AML of the BSA. He's explaining that to her. She doesn't understand what he's saying. And so he explains, he's like, you're under investigation by the Treasury for like money laundering or wire fraud or something. She freaks out. She's like, I don't know. I didn't do that. I don't know how to do that. I watched that and it was good, but I didn't get it. So then the bank has to be like, oh no, this is not like a thing. This is not a big deal. If you're a billionaire in America, you're gonna be under investigation from the Treasury at one point or another. I mean, the only way that you wouldn't be is if you pretty much like dismantled it. So he explains all that about like the accounts, the investigation, whatever, so that he can get to the point why he's really calling, which is about something way more important: wealth management. And I do think that most people know what that means, so we don't have to like belabor the point. But if we wanted to establish some baseline vocabulary, again, let's not reinvent the wheel. I did notice, Adam, how you used Margot Robbie in the bathtub in The Big Short to great effect. And I think that's a wheel we just gotta, but I don't want to just like directly copy you. So I think we cast somebody else, and I actually do already have an idea. I think we cast her because she's hot as fuck. Honestly, I think she kind of needs this. And number two, she's already into bath stuff. Like that, we already have track record of that. And honestly, there could be a really interesting merchandising opportunity here. And it's thinking like that that makes me an asset to you, Adam, Jesse, John, because I am always thinking about recoup. This woman enters a body of water that we could sell later to explain the basic principles of capital creation and preservation so that we can show our main character grasping what they're talking about, which is using money to make more money, which is, unfortunately, the one thing she can't do. The only other thing she can't do is tell them why. And this is all extremely stressful for her. As a freelance podcaster, she has virtually no emotion regulation skills. So she's like kind of freaking out. It's very physical. We can see it physically on her. She's getting red. She's kind of like, oh, I'm gonna, yeah, okay, that'll do. If we were doing this in person, I'd offer you the chance to do it too. Feels like shit. Feels like fire on her neck, and she just starts saying things. She's like, yes, help me start the new accounts, $1 million in the checking, I guess, and then you just put like the 999 million in the savings account or whatever. And like for the investigation, like, yes, please connect me with lawyers, whatever. I don't want Laura Linney to like kill me. And then thank you for wealth management, but no, I'm gonna just pass on that altogether. So thank you so much. And the bank is like, what do you mean no thank you? Like, what, you're just gonna put $999 million in a savings account? She's like, yeah. And so then the bank has to explain all of the reasons that people don't do that, which we got. That opens the door for the bank to explain inflation, which is going to become important later, so we have to do it. How over the past 100 years, the average annual rate of inflation was 3.4% a year, which means if you just like take that and go, okay, just do it like pretend it's going to be like the past 100 years in the future. In order to spend the purchasing power of just $1 million of today money, she would not, over the next 100 years, spend $100 million. She would spend more like $800 million of today money to get the same purchasing power, which has our main character going like,
Okay, I mean, not to be whatever, but I am 35, so I don't think I'm going to live for 100 more years. At which point, the bank then explains to her that as a billionaire, she might. The bank references longevity in order to explain how inflation will rat fuck her money down to nothing in 100 years, which is obviously a problem because if she spent $800 million over the next 100 years, that would leave just $200 million for her heirs, where once you divide it and split it amongst all of the children that she has, so like minimum divide by 10, main characters like, what the fuck? No, I'm definitely not going to have 10 kids. So then the bank explains to her that as a billionaire, she might. I mean, she could just start door dashing kids and never stop. Okay, now it does feel kind of good. Now that we've covered inflation, longevity, billionaire breeding kink, let's move on to the part where she ends this phone call by reiterating her wishes. She's like, yes, start the accounts. Yes, please help me not go to jail for money laundering. And no, I don't want any wealth management done to me. And then she hangs up the phone. Because it's over. Oh.
It is invigorating. Hangs up the phone and makes a plan because she might not know a ton about money or wealth management or whatever, but she's not stupid. I mean, like I said, she's a freelance podcaster, so she's not stupid. She makes a plan to not fuck this up. Our main character has never really thought about savings accounts before. I mean, when you're a freelance podcaster, you literally don't have to. But she does know something. She knows savings accounts have interest rates. So she looks hers up. It's 0.01%. She goes to her bank's website, she goes and finds it. 0.01%. 1% of 1%. She's like, damn, that's bad. But she's paranoid. So she decides to move the decimal over 1. 0.1%, which is 10% of 1%. She's like, okay, worst case scenario. Maeve, please stop. Oh my God, fine. Please do not make noise while I'm working. So she's like, okay, assume you need to spend 10% of 1% of $999 million every single year in order to never be worth more than $1 billion. And so she does the math. She's like, how much is that? It's $2,737 a day, which is $19,159 a week, or said another way, $83,022 a month, which comes out to $999,000 a year, which was actually kind of predictable if you think about it, but I'm just not really math girl. So in her head, she's like, okay, $3K a day. You need to spend $3,000 a day to not fuck this up. And it's getting late on New Year's Day. And she's also remarkably hungover still. So she pulls out her computer and she goes shopping. Oh, and she does go a little bit overboard because who wouldn't? She gets all the dresses, all the candles, all the random. She goes to this website and like actually patronizes it as a shopper. She gets everything. She even gets the $15,000 gold-plated vibrator that she really did recommend in the 2016 Goop gift guide. Now, a quick moment for the gold-plated vibrator. I do think we need to work the GPV into this work. I think it's really funny to imagine someone in their house going to town on themselves being like, it's coated in a precious metal. Because like it wouldn't be different. Like, how would it be different? If anything, it would probably be worse. She spends like $50,000 that night. She goes way over what she had to do. She does the math. She's like, okay, divide that by my daily nut. That buys me like 18 days. 18 days until she has to spend money again. So she goes to bed thinking that everything is fine. And it was for like 10 hours. Because by the time she wakes up the next day, he's back. Because she has already made an honest mistake.